Risetoelevategaming, Frankie Da G. I'm out here with Chris G, a legend. Marvel vs. Capcom. The Saint, what's up, my brother? How you feeling, man?
Feeling good. First day as CEO. I'm just ready to watch the action happen. You know what I'm saying? Street Fighter 6. That's why I'm out here.
Okay.
And, there's some killers out here. No feeling.
So my name is Proxy. I work with TNS. Do a little commentary. A little all over the place. But yeah, primarily FGC content creator and commentator for Tampa Never Sleeps.
Bailey, how are you feeling today?
I always lose my voice, so I'm still holding on, but I'm feeling pretty good.
How do you feel about the new Marvel Tokon game?
Oh my! Please don't get me started, because this interview will turn into me only talking about the game. But it's absolutely. Can I cuss? Is that okay?
So what is one fighting game that you're looking forward to playing? Like we got the Marvel Tokon Fighters, we got what is it, the Hunter x Hunter game, we got Invincible. Like, talk to me, bro.
On some real stuff, all those games you mentioned, I'm with it. You know what I'm saying? But I want to give some love to Invincible because people are like, oh, it doesn't have like motion inputs and shit. Which, yeah, you can say that's a bad thing. But when I played it, because I had some time with that over at Combo Breaker, I had a lot of fun. It felt like a mix of versus games and traditional games. You had like combo, like meter, where you have to like, you run out a meter doing a combo, so you have to tag in your other fighter at certain points. So there's a lot of strategy behind it, and people don't know. When they play it, they're gonna see though.
Looking forward to
Invincible Versus just got announced. Marvel Token. I'm not a Marvel fighting game player at all. I play the games, but I like Marvel Token. I love Arc System Works and what they've done with Guilty Gear and all their other games. But I think that one's going to kind of change the game from a fun perspective and make people just want to play a naturally good game. But seeing Invincible Versus, one of my favorite comics and shows on Amazon Prime, or is it Hulu? Probably no, Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
So Hunter x Hunter's about to come out. We have a demo for it here, and then 2XKO we've all been waiting for. We're hoping that comes out soon. It's an exciting time. It's just crazy how the industry works. 1 year, a bunch of tag fighters get announced. Next year, it'll probably be just a single-player game. It kind of rotates, but I'm excited for Marvel Token.
Listen, man, this interview will turn into just Marvel Tokon talk. It looks absolutely ridiculous. Big fan of Arxis, big fan of Marvel. It's the marriage of my two favorite companies, two favorite genres. I'm about to go in. I'm not playing anything else, dog.
Oh.
I was actually just talking to somebody earlier where I was like, how they started doing, like, actually CEO, how they started doing an anime-only tournament?
Yeah.
I think after those 4 games that come out, right, which is Hunter x Hunter, Marvel Token, 2XKO, and Invincible, I think there's enough versus games to make a versus game-only tournament. So yeah, Jabali, anybody else, listening in, by next year, you know what you got to do.
Ooh, I appreciate you for your time, bro.
For sure, man.
Yes, sir, man.
I'm not gonna lie to you, man. The only fighting game I ever play at the moment is Tekken 8. I only play Tekken. Sometimes I boot up Fightcade and play some retro games, just like not online because I'm garbage. But I like to feel good about playing some AIs because the levels go up, guys.
So, Hunter x Hunter, I've gotten to play because of the demo, which was nice. Luckily, the people at Skybound were nice enough. I did get to play a demo of the Invincible game as well at Combo Breaker, which was super cool. Honestly, between those and 2XKO, I'm just happy we're living in a versus game era. Versus games are my heart, my soul, my favorite genre of fighting game, have always been my favorite to play. So the fact that we're getting so many in a row after such a drought is it. So honestly and truly, I don't think there's one that I'm most excited for. It's more that I'm glad that my favorite genre, we're fully back, baby.
Yeah,
we're fully back.
We're so back. What is your FGC hot take?
Okay, I'm looking on social media. I see what everybody asks for in a fighting game. I see what everybody wants to play and what they continue to say. You guys want BB Tag and you don't know it. Everything you guys ask for is in BB Tag and you guys just don't play it. If you just play BB Tag, it has all the stuff you're complaining about and all the stuff that you want. Play BB Tag. It's a great game.
Because I wanna start some drama. Marvel 2 is a terrible game, and the only reason why people think it's decent is because they have rose tinted glasses. There's only 5 characters in the game, and it's probably one of the most unbalanced games of all time. People just like it because it's like it's a product of the times, but as an overall product, holding up against other games, it's very terrible.
Okay. I don't really have any hot takes, but people just complain a lot. I don't know, man.
Okay. So
The fighting games make you build tough skin sometimes, and sometimes you just gotta take the L. GG, shake my hand.
GG's not bad. One pro player that you look forward to seeing on this tournament, CEO.
Always gotta root for my homies, no matter what. I'm always gonna bandwagon them. Always gonna root them. Some people glaze them, some would say.
Yeah.
I will always glaze my homies, so it's gonna be my repeated answer. Shadow 20Z, Cuddlecore, Sour Piggy, Fear of Silence, Joey Fury. Fear of Silence is not here, but I'm still trying to shout my boy out. Joey Fury. A lot of the European players that I know of, Keiwa, Stetsu. I'm all good friends with them, so I'm always gonna support them no matter what.
Word. Thank you, Mr. Spirit. Thank you very much for the interview.
Thank you, guys.
That's it.
Subscribe to him. Subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you know what to do.
Oh my God, thank you so much. What's one fighting game that got you into fighting games?
Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. Now, when I was a kid, I went to the arcade and I got this dude playing Ryu. But then I found out how to do the fireball with Sagat, made him mad as hell, and I was like, wait a minute, this is fun. Making people upset?
Yeah.
I started getting the fighting games from there.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people like to say, like, random games when you're a kid. I feel like that's not really the case. So I'm going to say, like, legitly, the game that actually made me start competing definitely will probably be Third Strike, Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, because, you know, going to the arcade and whatnot, you saw a bunch of games that you wanted to be good at. CVS 2, I was like, there's not really that many tournaments in it, but Third Strike, that was the game that everyone was playing. That was a game everyone wanted to be good in, and, you know, I jumped on that train too.
One fighting game that got you into the FGC.
So the first fighting game I really played was Marvel 2. My parents were in a bowling league. They'd give me $2 to play in the arcade. I had to make the quarters last, so it was mostly Marvel 2. Stopped playing for a bit, played a bit of Smash, a long-time Smash player, and then Street Fighter 4 was the first console one. Street Fighter 4 is when I started like going to tournaments and stuff. So that was my first like real entry into like, I guess, not just playing fighting games, but like the community, I guess.
Okay. So like, what's one fighting game character you despise going against?
Probably the original Street Fighter 1. I have two older brothers, so you'd go to the arcades when I was like 4 or 6 years old or whatever, and I would see the big buns. They had singular buns back then. They were ginormous to play the game. And then Street Fighter 2, a lot of Orlando places, like with the world's biggest McDonald's had a machine. So I would go with my brothers mostly, but I was an arcade baby in the 90s playing Street Fighter 2, Mortal Kombat, Killer Instinct, all, and I played them. But in terms of like the FGC itself, it was Capcom versus SNK 2. Okay. That was the first major game where I was like, I'm going to compete, I'm going to go to travel, and then I started playing the other games, Mortal Kombat, at those events. But CVS 2, it's here. You know, they brought it back on the Capcom Fighting Collection too, and I actually made top 16 winners in that.
Okay.
Because that's the game, I just played it competitively in college and then traveled, and then it's my favorite game of all time. And then Street Fighter 4, after the kind of break of those old school games, when we started doing like locals and stuff, everyone was playing Street Fighter 4. We had a 64-man bracket for a 15-year-old game. Yeah, 15, a long time.
Yeah.
So just exciting to see that game and the community still come together. But yeah, CVS 2 is the reason CEO exists.
One character in fighting games that you despise going against.
Oh God, Geef. You could be a slop heavy mother, you still cook me up with Geef. Because that character just elicits something in my brain where I'm like, I hate you. Just when I get close to you and I get gripped up and I die for that. You know, he just changed up the game. I hate Geef in any game. You can play Geef and be like a low-level player and still win because I just get tilted. Erase Geef, bro. Shout out to Nemo. That's my boy. He understands game.
Oh, man. Okay, shout out Nemo. Shout out Nemo. What is one fighting game character that you despise fighting against?
You know what? I'm not even going to say character. I'm just going to say archetype. I hate grapplers.
Okay.
Because I like to hold back. I like to sit around. I'm very patient. And you can't guard against command grab. So.
Character you would least want to face against?
Sagat, Cammy, Blanca, and I use those 3 characters. You don't want to face them. Bison, and Bison's really powerful. Any A groove is a challenge in that game, but yeah, that game, pick a top tier.
The easy one, obviously, Marvel player is Morgan. Morgan is rough. You don't get to play the game. Missiles is busted. There's just too much that goes into it. But like for like a more modern one, I know he's not even that strong. He's pretty good in the patch. Bro, I hate Jamie in Street Fighter 6, bro. He annoys me so much. He annoys, like, the things that he does and the way that the players have to play him, it tilts me. It tilts me, bro. 100% it tilts me.
Okay, so for anyone that's like trying to be a high level commentator, anything of that sort, bro, like, you know, where did you start? What is one piece of advice that you can give like up and coming commentators to commentate as CEO?
So what I did was I went to my locals. I just had fun, and just made sure to be my original self. Don't copy nobody. You your own self. You entertaining by yourself. You know, do the things that you do. People love that more than trying to be a Yipes, a Logan or whatever, a Tasty Steve. Be yourself. That's gonna take you way further. And most important thing is have fun. If you have fun with the process of learning the game, talking about the game, there'll be times where you kind of spending more money than you make it sometimes. You know, this ain't about the money, it's about the love. But if you're doing it for that, you're gonna make it far.
Hey, that's a real gem. That's a real gem. I appreciate you saying for your time, brother, man.
what it is.
You already know what's up, man. Peace out. That you would give anybody in the FGC that's looking to be a commentator or like be pro player, things of that nature. You commentate a lot for TNS, so like what are some steps that certain up and coming people could take?
It's good to take inspirations from other commentators. Also good to explore other commentators from different esports genres. For example, I take a good amount of inspiration to Counter-Strike commentators to like build it into mine. So thank you, Scrawny. But the message is still be you. You don't want to be like XYZ commentator 2.0. Like I get it, like that's when you want to bring out the message, but you gotta have your own identity. And it takes a while, man. It takes a very long time to kind of mend in the puzzle, and you're like, okay, this is where I'm getting at, and I'm feeling it. Let's go for it, and then that's where you build.
For someone that's trying to run tournaments, things of that nature, what is one piece of advice that you would give to them, you know, for a small up and coming or running large scale? You know what I mean? Something like that could help somebody, a TO over in Nebraska, for example.
My answer, don't do it. You'll never sleep again. The good answer is you got to trust people that want to help. A lot of people come at you, you know, asking for jobs and stuff, but the friends that go, what do you need? The ones that are actually helpful are the ones you end up taking care of in the end because they were there with you. But also networking. Go to other events, learn as much as you can, ask questions. If you see stuff that's wrong, try to figure out what would you do better the next time and act on that, right? And then just follow through. Don't overpromise. Have fun first and foremost. CEO started off as just a fun little event for my friends, and then it grew, and then I had to learn how to take it to the next level every single time, and it's still a grind. I've been doing it for 15 years. You'd think I'd be set. It's still every year getting better at it, getting more sponsors, getting more vendors and stuff like that. So you just got to work really hard if you really want to do it.